still chilling.
Cause now we saw the surveillance video. He was there for like 30 seconds.
Nah, it was actually like 15.
Seconds.
I was gone. I'm like,
Apologize, my nigga. Apologize.
I got you, bro.
Apologize, nigga.
Man,
Say sorry, nigga.
Bad for the
Say
diss track,
sorry,
G.
nigga.
All right, G.
All right, bet.
Lil Durk ain't no bad motherfucker. No, man, bad motherfuckers don't have fat white baby mamas.
From the moment a rapper's own confession flipped his fans against him to the time a so-called gangster got caught on camera getting stomped out for testing the wrong dude, the rap game has had plenty of moments where fake gangsters got fully exposed. And no story hits harder than Tekashi 6ix9ine, because his downfall might be one of the most humiliating ever for a rapper acting tough.
yeah, I'm about to pull up the O-Block gangster. Once
Hey, I swear to God, hey, look, you funnier than I thought, bro. Fuck all this shit. When I catch you, I'ma smack the shit out you. Cause I'ma see you real soon, bro. I'ma see you real soon, bro.
Listen, you gonna smack the shit out of me, but you haven't ran down on none of the that killed your homies.
Bro, where you think they at, bro? You saying that don't lie, bro. You want me to trick on myself? You sound
No,
like
it's not.
I gotta know you's a big nigga out here telling.
Back in 2018, when his career was peaking, 6ix9ine thought it was funny to taunt Chicago rappers like it was a game. He even hopped on IG Live with FBG Duck, trolling him, talking wild, and bragging that he'd pull up on O-Block, the same streets known as one of the deadliest hoods in Chicago. Everybody assumed it was all talk, no action. Nobody believed 6ix9ine would risk pulling up there.
O-Block right here. This what y'all wanted me in Chicago. O-Block right here. I should call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. What the f*** is that? Outside? It's only 10 p.m. What the f*** is that, blood?
But shockingly, he did show up and then blasted the footage all over his IG like he was really untouchable. But here's where the truth really came crashing down.
We saw the surveillance video. He was there for like 30 seconds.
Nah, it was actually like 15.
Seconds.
I was gone. I'm like,
And when the Breakfast Club pressed him about it, he didn't even try to deny it, because deep down, he knew if he had really been spotted, things could have gone left real quick. But that was just the warm-up to an even bigger humiliation.
Wack, you give me the right that a nigga could do you wrong, right? And this street nigga stupid mentality. A nigga could do you wrong and you be like, you know what? That's still my homie. This is how the streets go.
Let me tell you what ain't gangster.
That's not gangster.
No, hold on. Let me tell you what ain't gangster. The fact that you knew the exact motherfucker who kidnapped you and robbed you, and you waiting on another motherfucker to handle it, and you didn't go handle it yourself. You know why you didn't handle it yourself? Because you didn't come up with them grassroots of knowing how to handle it. You're a civilian.
And
you
I love
was
that.
associating with some gangsters.
And that's
Years later, on DJ Academic's podcast with Wack 100, Wack looked him dead in the eye and said what everyone was thinking. The fact that 6ix9ine never ran down on the guy who robbed him, even though he knew exactly who it was, proved once and for all that he was never built for that life. When the heat got turned on him, 6ix9ine tried to defend himself by flipping the blame.
Yo, 6ix9ine, you know who kidnapped you. Why didn't you go do something, right? Why the f would I go out there? You right. If I was cut from the same cloth you cut from, that you say you cut from, I would have went and did it myself, right? But the same way you call me out, they know the exact same, and I'm not bringing this off topic. Let me just get this on my chest. They know the exact that put a fucking 10 bullets in King Von and he died there by himself. Why nobody slid for that? I don't see you on Instagram saying, yo,
First of all,
go slide for that, man.
Listen.
Y'all know what y'all saying? Yo, y'all want this
I don't know. I'm
gonna
gonna be real with you.
No.
Hold on.
That,
Hold on.
I don't see you on Instagram saying, yo, Dirk, go slide for your man.
He claimed people only pick on him, saying King Von's homies, including Lil Durk, didn't face the same criticism for not sliding after Von was killed, even though everyone knew who the shooter was. And honestly, 6ix9ine wasn't completely wrong about that double standard. But even with that argument, he low-key admitted what the streets had been saying all along. He was never a real gangster.
You can never you can't win with the public. You just have to be yourself, and people hate that I'm myself, and I'm comfortable in my own skin to say, you know what, yes, I did cooperate, and I'm proud that I cooperated because you would do the same. People don't want to accept that. People just say, why do you have the courage to say that? We wouldn't have the courage to say that. We wouldn't even be proud of doing that. Well, guess what, Lisa? I'm happy and I accept what I've done.
After his own 9 Trey crew robbed him, the feds came knocking with RICO charges, and suddenly he was looking at 47 years in prison. That's when 6ix9ine flipped the script. He struck a deal, took the stand, and ratted on the same people who once protected him. Instead of shame, he embraced it, calling himself a proud snitch.
Gonna want it, man. You can't be in the city doing all that ratting and shit. You rat ass nigga.
Later, in a Fox News interview after his release, he doubled down, saying he had zero regrets about turning his back on the gang. But here's the twist. 6ix9ine wasn't the only rapper to testify against his own crew. In 2022, the YSL camp, including Gunna and Young Thug, got slapped with a massive RICO case, accused of being a violent criminal organization instead of just a record label, and that's where the story takes a wild turn. A few months into the YSL case, Gunna shocked the rap world when he took a plea deal. And word spread fast that he might have ratted on his own crew.
Do you believe that Gunna is a snitch? Huh? Do you believe that Gunna told?
Man, I don't sit up and play games, man. That man told. You should have went in there and kept your mouth closed. If you a rat, you a rat. And if you rewind this clip a little bit, I looked into the camera and I told you, if you a rat, I fucking hate you. Cause I love Thug.
From that moment, the streets branded him a snitch, and everywhere he went, people clowned him for not standing on the street code. And it wasn't just random fans throwing shade, even big names in the game cut him off. His former friend, Lil Durk, openly called Gunna a rat, and during a sit-down with DJ Academics, Durk made it crystal clear that no matter how big their old collab was, he'd never play a Gunna track on stage again. That's how deep the betrayal felt. But here's the wild part. Unlike 6ix9ine, Gunna's career didn't collapse under the weight of the snitch label. Even with rappers blackballing him, he kept climbing the charts and dropping hits like nothing happened. Still, not every rapper was that lucky, because the next one managed to destroy both his street cred and his future in a single interview gone wrong.
I mean, there's politics to it a little bit though, right? Like, you have a hit song with him. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if I have a hit song with a guy.
Like, if I got a hit song with somebody, and I'm not even talking about Gunna. If I got a hit song with somebody, and I'm off 10 times platinum, I'm never playing on stage.
If he took, nah, you're lying. You can't hate rats that much.
Back in 2015, drill rapper Slim Jesus shot out of nowhere with his viral track, Real Time. The video went crazy on YouTube, pulling in millions of views and even sparking collabs with real drill rappers. But while the numbers were rising, the cracks in his image were already showing because Slim was rapping about smoking ops, carrying guns, and living that hard street life, yet people weren't buying it. Fans started speculating heavy about whether Slim Jesus was really about that life. And soon the truth slipped out. In a now infamous DJ Vlad interview, Slim admitted point blank that the tough guy persona was just rap, and in real life, he wasn't living any of it. In his mind, Slim thought he was just being honest.
You know, when you listen to your music, there's a lot of street stories. Like, how involved were you street-wise in terms of...
Street-wise, like, I mean, for the most part on the street shit, like, I got homies that are in that shit, and I know people who are, and people around me. I mean, I haven't, like, I'm not out here catching bodies and shit, obviously. Like, I'm fucking smart.
Do you have a criminal record at all?
Nah, I'm straight.
So you've never been arrested?
No, I've never been arrested, I'm straight.
But that honesty was the nail in the coffin. Because in the rap game, admitting you're not who you claim to be can wreck your image forever. Without realizing it, Slim Jesus sabotaged his own career before it even had the chance to truly take off.
I respect the fact that you're not trying to make up no shit right now.
Yeah, no. I'm about, like, I make music. Like, I mean, granted, you know, I hang out with people and shit, but that don't mean that I'm out here, you know, doing some dumb shit, trying to get, you know, ruin what I got going. Like, I realize that if you got an opportunity to get out of, you know, a spot, you shouldn't, you know, be fucking around catching bodies and shit.
That Vlad interview didn't just go viral. It became one of the most watched rapper interviews ever, but the attention backfired badly. Overnight, Slim Jesus went from being a hot name in drill rap to being blacklisted by the entire scene. Collabs dried up, fans clowned him nonstop, and he hasn't released a single track in more than 4 years. But while Slim Jesus basically ended his own career, another rapper, Dax, got exposed in a way that was way more humiliating, face to face.
Come here, this shit, or this shit's not gonna end, my nigga. Or this shit's not gonna end. Apologize, bro. Apologize, bro. Or you know what's going on. Apologize, my nigga. Apologize. I got you, bro. Apologize. Say sorry, nigga. Bad for the Say diss,
sorry,
G.
nigga.
Sorry, G. All right, bet.
Back in 2019, Canadian rappers Tory Lanez and Dax started beefing after Dax bragged online that he could crush Tory in a rap battle. Tory fired back in the DMS, warning him to stop taking random shots. Instead of backing off, Dax leaked their private messages and even dropped a diss track aimed at Tory. That move didn't just spark beef, it lit a fire.
The kid was talking to me in my DM, and I told him, like, bro, chill, bro, you feel me? And he kept going, and I said, one day I'm gonna see you, and I happened to see him the next day.
Because not long after, Tory Lanez caught Dax lacking in the streets. Cameras rolled as Tory chased him down and forced him to apologize on the spot, turning what was supposed to be a lyrical battle into a humiliating real-life lesson. When the video of Tory pressing Dax hit the internet, a lot of fans thought Tory was just being petty about a diss track. But in an interview later, Tory explained the real reason. He wasn't mad about the bars. He was mad that Dax was flat out disrespectful during their Instagram conversation. That's what made him snap. But while Dax got embarrassed in the streets, the next rapper's humiliation came from his past. And it was ironic as hell compared to the image he was selling. Because before Rick Ross was living the lavish rap lifestyle with money, Maybachs, and street talk, he was actually working as a correctional officer in Florida. At first, Ross tried to deny it, since that was a terrible look for the gangster image he built his career on. But once the truth came out, he had no choice but to admit it was real. And that's when 50 Cent pounced.
He can still write a verse, but his verse always has drug dealer references in him. When he's admitted to being a correctional officer. In order to be a correctional officer, you have to not have any criminal history. That's right.
To 50, Ross being a former CO proved his whole persona was fake. He's called Ross a fraud more than once, pointing out that if he really wore that uniform, then all the drug kingpin tales in his songs were nothing but fiction. And 50 never let him live that down.
Is there anything about Ross and his career that you have any respect for?
No, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. I never wanted to work with him. Like, you know, look, I understand from a perspective of someone who's just listening to what it sounds like.
Hey, I mean, he's a great rapper.
Like, but does it matter that he's correctional? Does that ever matter? Does it matter? Even when artists, look at the artists, look at the irony of the artists that come under.
So Meek,
right?
Wale,
prison reform, and all of the wrongfully convicted and wrongfully treated people in the prison system.
I see where you're going.
While he's on the whole other side of that.
And here's where Rick Ross's story gets even uglier. When he switched from being a correctional officer to chasing rap fame, he didn't just reinvent himself, he straight up jacked his stage name from a real drug kingpin, Freeway, Rick Ross, a man he had zero connection to, the real Freeway.
Have you ever seen anybody confront Rick Ross about you?
Like we talked about, when you got some money, they don't care if you beating women or making them lick tampons. You know, everybody fuck with you.
Right.
So, you know, he was on top of the world at
He
one
was a
time.
corrections officer.
Yeah, but he was. But when he got some money, they forgot about he was a correctional officer.
Crazy.
You got gangsters, you know, doing records with him, and you know, I got letters from guys that was in jail with him when he was a correctional officer, and they told me what a shitty guy he was. You know, that they would be shooting dice, he would take the dice and all the money, and they got extra soup, he'd take the soups. They say that's the kind of cop he was. And then when I hear that he's the biggest gangster rapper on the planet, it's like...
Ricky later sat down with Joe Rogan and revealed even more shady moves Ross pulled besides stealing his name. From his perspective, Ross wasn't just borrowing a name, he was cashing in on someone else's legacy while pretending it was his own. And of course, Rose never wants to talk too much about it, which says a lot in itself. But despite the fake flex and the stolen identity, Ross somehow managed to stay afloat in the industry.
How do you feel about Bossa giving you the name Officer Ricky? I just want to hear it from you.
Baby, I'm worth too much money to even be, sidetracked on this carpet. You know what I mean?
We're not trying to sidetrack you, though. I'm not trying to sidetrack you at all.
I'm just letting you know that, just so you'll know. And you can let them know whatever, it's all love.
Okay.
The same can't be said for the next rapper. Because when Staten Island drill artist CJ dropped his 2020 breakout hit Whoop-Dee, the track exploded. But his attempt to clout chase and pose like he was tapped in with the streets ended up getting him checked by a notorious New York gang.
Pretty much it's just like a roll call, you know, whenever I see my guys in the street, and, you know, that's how we greet each other. It's like a New York when people say, "You're."
And what happened next completely sabotaged his career. But the real trouble came from the title itself, Whoop-Dee. That single word lit a fire under the streets and landed CJ in the crosshairs of the bloodhound Brims. CJ claimed it was just a little roll call he and his boys used among themselves. But what he either didn't know or chose to ignore is that Whoop-Dee was actually a greeting used exclusively by the bloodhound Brims, one of New York's most notorious gangs. A gang CJ had no ties to whatsoever. And if that wasn't bold enough, CJ took it even further by trying to copyright the phrase as his own.
I'm gonna tell it real, like, everybody go tag the CJ, man. CJ, everybody go tag that nigga, man. I need him to know what the going on, son. Like, wait, son. He's definitely not him. Definitely not. Definitely not him. You jacking our shit. First you make the fucking song Whoop-Dee, then you make the song Bop. That's all our shit, boy. And you still not trying to pay homage? Then you gonna copyright our shit? You copyright our shit? Like, yo, boy, your head not good.
That move was pure disrespect to the Brims, and it pushed things way over the edge. Soon, word spread fast that CJ wasn't really built like that, and interviews started popping up where people called him out directly. Even DJ Vlad's platform gave space to the chatter. And then came the nail in the coffin. LeBrim himself, the founder of the Bloodhound Brims, spoke from behind prison walls and flat out labeled CJ a fraud, chasing clout off their name.
Whoop-Dee was founded by my brother La Brim. It's like a gang call, right? It's a word that a gang uses. You know,
it's a blood thing.
It's a blood thing, right? And this kid, CJ, basically didn't have no ties to them or whatever, and just basically just jacked their whole shit. You know what I'm saying?
CJ tried to save face, insisting he never stole anything and didn't owe an explanation to people who didn't know him personally. But by then, the damage was done. His credibility was shattered, and every release after Whoop-Dee flopped hard. To make it worse, his own label dropped him, leaving his career dead in the water. But while the Bloodhound Brims never actually got the chance to catch CJ in person, Soulja Boy nearly found himself in the exact same type of danger. And it could have ended ugly if his crew hadn't stepped in. At the peak of his heated 2017 beef with Chris Brown, Soulja was desperate to flex his street cred, so he started claiming Compton as his turf and even repping Bloods publicly.
This is the truth. He never was. He's not. And nobody really knew him. He hung out around a few people that was, and he picked up the slash. And the problem came with not giving recognition and being truthful and lying. He's a liar. I don't respect him. He never was. And he's just, to me, like another Johnny come lately that just always, you know, want to steal a moment, you know, looking for clout.
To prove he wasn't just talking, he decided to link up with Fruittown Pyru members in Compton. But here's the twist. Not everybody in Fruittown was co-signing his act. Some of the members straight up refused to validate Soulja Boy's claims. And tension sparked so heavy that it nearly turned into a full-on street brawl right there on the spot. Luckily for Soulja, a couple of dudes riding with him stepped in before things in Compton turned violent. But the damage was already done. The clip went viral, and the internet roasted him nonstop for clout chasing. To make it even worse, actual Pyru members did an interview just days later where they straight up denied Soulja, saying the guys in his video weren't even repping him. They were just paid to stand there for the cameras.
I never stole anything, you know? Just because I said the word in a song or I made it a song doesn't mean I took ownership of the word. I never said I owned the word. I never said I created the word. You know, I said what I said, and like I said, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. But shout out to, you know, the creator of that word.
And then came the knockout blow. YG, a certified Piru blood and respected Compton figure, made it clear that Soulja Boy was neither from Compton nor officially blood.
Me and Chris Brown from the same hood. I'm from Bumpton, Fruittown, Piru. I'm a blood. I'm a member of the blood gang. When I was in Atlanta, I was running hoop around. I've been gangbanging since I was 11 years old. I've been fighting my whole life. I've been knocked out since high school. You know what I'm saying? In front of the whole school. Bah! Nigga laying unconscious, face first on the ground, so this ain't nothing new to me. You see what I'm saying? But CB, he ain't been to the hood in 2 years. He gotta check in anyway. Whether he was gonna beef with me or not, he's still not good in the hood.
That cosign he was chasing, gone in smoke. But Soulja couldn't escape the humiliation because in 2019, Charlamagne the God pressed him directly about those Compton claims. Charlamagne even admitted the story didn't add up, though he still gave Soulja the chance to explain himself. Instead, Soulja doubled down. And the irony is that moment sparked an entirely new beef between him and Charlamagne.
You gotta check in anyway. You got us fucked up. Talking about you gonna knock my big homie out, nigga. I'm catching phase from my big homie whack. You dig? And Big Soulja ain't gonna catch no fade cause I'm worth too many M's, you dig? Hey, what's going on, man? They say Soulja ain't from the hood. They say Soulja ain't from the hood. Get off me though. Oh, yeah, that's like me though. What's happening? Hold on.
2 years later, Soulja Boy's gangsta claims came back to bite him again during an interview with The Breakfast Club. When DJ Envy suggested Soulja might be one of Atlanta's best rappers, Charlamagne quickly shut it down, saying Soulja wasn't even from Atlanta.
They think they could pay us and be from the hood. That's out, bro. You can pay everybody from the hood, and you can come see me, but I ain't gonna claim you. I don't give a fuck, blood. Oh, Piru, blood. You ain't out here with us. Piru, I don't care about none of that. The niggas that's right here, blood, is the niggas I claim on Piru. You ain't from Fruittown, blood.
That's my hood for real, you know what I'm saying? So that's just my hood. It was just another day, and you know.
That's Compton though.
Yeah.
You're not from Compton?
I am from Bumpton.
You from Compton?
Yeah, I'm from Bumpton, yeah.
I thought you from Mississippi somewhere.
Nah, I'm from Bumpton. I'm from California, Bumpton, yeah.
You was born in Compton?
Nah, I was born in Chicago.
I'm so confused. But so how is Bumpton your hood?
It's my hood, nigga. Where I'm from.
At first, it looked like Charlamagne was just trolling, but really, he was going off what Soulja himself had said in a past interview, that he was from Compton. That comment sent Soulja into a meltdown on IG Live where he ranted and raged at Charlamagne for trying to discredit him. The wild part, he was the one who had told Charlamagne he was from Compton in the first place.
Now let's talk about this Mount Rushmore of Atlanta. Because I saw y'all talking about that. Is that an all-time list y'all feel like y'all should be on, or just
all
the past
time,
decade?
Not shout out to the city, but all time though.
So you ain't gonna put Soulja Boy on there then?
No, man, Soulja not even from Atlanta.
I'm just messing.
Don't start that shit.
Soulja Boy started. Don't mess with Soulja Boy.
A few months later, Soulja returned to The Breakfast Club and tried to smooth things over, but Charlamagne didn't budge. He reminded Soulja that the only reason he said it was because Soulja himself had claimed it. And while Soulja managed to walk away from the Compton situation without getting touched, the same can't be said for the next rapper, who ended up catching a brutal beatdown right in the middle of a podcast after running his mouth at a real street dude. Lil Kelpie, an underground rapper, suddenly went viral in 2022 after an interview where he showed up flaunting 2 girls and calling himself a pimp.
Stop playing with me, Charlamagne the God, Breakfast Club. What the did you talk about? I'm not from Atlanta. Nigga, where the fuck I'm from? Where the fuck you think I shot Crank that at? Where the fuck you think I went to school at? Where the fuck you think I grew up at? Where the fuck you think I was jumping the monorail at? Man, what the fuck this nigga talking about? I ain't from Atlanta, bro. Stop fucking playing with me, nigga.
He pulled up in flashy clothes, bragged about living that pimp life in Orange County, and thought he was selling the image. But instead, he caught heavy backlash online for pretending to be something he clearly wasn't. Just 2 months later, Kelpie landed on No Jumper with Adam 22 alongside co-host Almighty Suspect, and Suspect wasn't buying a single word.
You had some smoke for Charlamagne a couple months ago. Charlamagne said something wild you didn't like, and you had some smoke for him, man.
Smoke?
I ain't feel that way.
Nah. It was just, Charlamagne said I went from Atlanta.
Yeah, because you told us you was from Compton.
Man,
My
come on,
bitch.
same
That's what you
difference.
told
No, we
us.
never said that.
You said that, big soldier.
Come on, same difference, man. They know
It's not the same difference now.
Same difference. Nah, but it's love though, man. Saying Charlamagne know it's our love, like, you know what I'm saying? And he cleared it up like the same day, you feel me?
I fuck with Big
As
Soldier.
he should. From the jump, the energy was tense, with both of them going back and forth, clowning each other. But when Kelpie fired off one particular statement at Almighty Suspect, that was it. Suspect snapped, lunged across the table, and all hell broke loose on camera.
We felt like that shit, like the equivalent for to get everybody to understand, kind of like blackface. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was kind of like it looked like a costume. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like
I
he
don't
came in
understand
here.
how that's a
He
costume.
came in here wearing that shit like in his head, like, oh, this is what pimps is supposed to look like. I got my little $sign chain, my little fur
I got
coat.
2 of them.
Kelpie reportedly walked away with injuries after the scuffle, and the clip spread like wildfire. When he came back on the show not long after, he tried to brush it off, claiming the only reason he got beat down so badly was because his reactions were slow, since he was high at the time.
Who are you?
I'm Lil
Who
Kelpie,
are you? No
Kelpie
one
the
knows
pimp.
you.
Kelpie the motherfucking
Kelpie the
pimp.
clown.
You gotta know who I am,
Fuck
bro.
outta here.
Fucking Ben Franklin knows who I am, bitch.
Fuck outta here.
He
No.
knows who the fuck I am. I'm
You
getting
said
money
what?
every day. I said
You
Ben
said-
Franklin knows who the fuck I am, bitch.
Who you calling a
Ben
bitch,
Franklin,
though?
I'm calling you a bitch.
Oh my, yo,
Almighty Suspect later apologized for the Kelpie incident, admitting he crossed the line and that it was unprofessional. But Charleston White, he's built different. Instead of apologies, he doubled down, even going as far as threatening a rapper's life on camera with zero hesitation. The drama kicked off when Charleston turned his attention to T.I.'s son, King Harris.
People trying to say that if they were in my shoes that it would have gone differently.
Right.
And they would have swung back and stuff. But I was trying to get some swings in on him, like when I was getting beat on.
You were a little delayed
My
in your
reaction was too slow, bro. I was sipping that kratom and I was just like, I wasn't in the right headspace, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew what was coming when I called him a bitch,
Right.
but at the same time, like, I was high.
You be
I
off the
wasn't
kratom
there.
like that?
Yeah.
It all started after a viral clip surfaced from the Atlanta Falcons game in November 2023, where King was caught in a heated altercation with his father.
I know you. I know you. I know you. I know you. Ain't no mystery, man. I know you though.
You are embarrassing yourself and your family. You embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
Get off me.
Bro.
Get off me.
Well, you can't do nothing with me.
Charleston quickly hopped on live to weigh in, reminding folks that he had warned T.I. a year earlier to discipline King. But he didn't stop there. He threw direct shots at King himself. Naturally, King wasn't about to let that slide. He fired back, making threats of his own. But if King thought Charleston would back down, he was wrong. Charleston came back even harder, saying straight up what he'd do if King ever tried to jump him like he was threatening. No sugarcoating, no apologies, just pure smoke.
God damn it, I told T.I. he should have kicked that boy ass when last year. If T.I. would have kicked that boy ass last year, that boy wouldn't have had to jack him up today. Yeah, that boy showing out at the Falcon game, embarrassing the family. This is the that King, little ugly ass. Oh, that boy got a big mouth on him. And he talk loud with them yellow, big old red, yellow lips. Oh, yeah, that boy loud in the mother. Oh, yeah, he fucking with the Atlanta Falcons up there disrespecting them people, hollering about he standing on business. Boy, if you don't sit your look, you bruise too easy to stand on business.
That's when T.I. finally stepped in, trying to cool things down with Charleston White, because no father wants to see his son in a war that could turn deadly.
Boy, Charleston White, you was a bitch, boy. And we was about to whoop your ass when you come back down here from telling.
But King Harris wasn't the only target of Charleston's clowning. Long before that, Charleston made headlines by constantly disrespecting King Von's name, mocking his death and calling him out as a so-called fake gangster.
Say, T.I., listen, if your boy jump on me, y'all will bury that yellow motherfucker. I right in his goddamn throat. Look, I wish an 18, 19-year-old would jump on me. Boy, I Trayvon Martin, that little motherfucker. I swear to God, my right hand to God. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. If T.I. son jump on me, I'm on George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin, his little motherfucking ass. I'm gonna let him get on top of me. Pow! Pow!
The disrespect spread fast, and soon word got around that Lil Durk was ready to pull up on Charleston. But when asked about it on Say Cheese, Charleston didn't flinch. He laughed it off, doubled down, and fired more shots, claiming Durk wasn't a real gangster either. To prove his point, Charleston pointed to what fans had been whispering for years, that Durk never ran down on Lil Tim, the man who actually pulled the trigger on King Von.
If Lil Durk is looking for you, if Lil Durk trying to catch you lacking, it's like you have something to say to Durk.
If Lil Durk looking for me, I ain't hard to find. I'm responding to people in the comments. I already know Lil Durk ain't looking for me. But what I'm doing is, I kill the image, homie, of what our people think these niggas is. Lil Durk ain't no bad motherfucker. No, man, bad motherfuckers don't have fat white baby mamas. No. That nigga got fat ass white baby mama. No, big bad motherfucker got fine black girl. Yeah, nigga with short hair, fat ass neck, and fight and run fast.
According to Charleston, that alone showed Durk wasn't really built for the life he rapped about.
That nigga ain't no bad motherfucker. But our people think these niggas is like superheroes. And I'm saying if he a bad motherfucker, Lil Tim will be dead. If he a bad motherfucker, his brother wouldn't have got killed.
Still, with all the serious cases and legal heat Durk has faced over the years, plenty of people argue it's hard to say he isn't really about that life after all. But this last pair of rappers might just take the crown for getting clowned the hardest, to the point where most people don't even consider them rappers at all. The Island Boys have almost zero street cred, and it showed the moment one of them got pressed face-to-face by Houston rapper Sauce Walka at Johnny Dang's jewelry store.
You know what I mean? You're not way more known than me, nothing. You a peanut, your cherry fake, you a pussy, and I was slapping.
I ain't argue with you.
I'm a real gangster, you was a hoe.
Yeah?
Yeah. In real life, I'm not none of them little rap niggas who double down. You a hoe.
I'm sick.
Still, their most embarrassing moment didn't come from the streets. It came from a stunt they pulled online. In 2021, the twins locked lips on camera for clout, and the internet roasted them nonstop for it. From that point on, the Island Boys' kiss became the punchline that followed them everywhere they went.
Man, what they gotta say, man? They're gonna hate on you regardless.
But you say what they gotta say.
Yeah.
That's what you say, right? But at the end of the day, let's keep it 100 because we got both of y'all here too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what's going on with the shit that's with you two kissing each other and shit?
Bro, shut your ass up before I break this shit.
Dude, hey, yo, that I would love to see you try that shit.
Bro, what are you talking
about? I would love to see you try that shit. Who the fuck are you saying?
Things hit a boiling point when they sat down on the Danza Project podcast with Danza and YouTuber Mike Jr. Danza pressed them about the infamous kiss, and you could instantly see the twins' tempers flare. They started crashing out, trying to intimidate their way through the situation.
Kicked you, you didn't do shit about it, so shut the fuck up. You finally not musty, too. Finally not musty.
All right, bro. Y'all gonna kiss it out? Or like, what's good?
Shut your ass up. My security will whoop your security, and I'll beat the shit out of you right now.
That's cap.
Whoa.
Back up. What you gonna do about it?
Whoa. Y'all see how they move?
Yeah, you smooth? Just move on. Stop talking to legit. What's wrong with you, boy?
But Danza wasn't backing down, and it looked like hands were about to fly before the crew stepped in to cool things off. Then, just when it seemed calm, Mike cracked another joke about the kiss.
What do you think about Lil Wayne's riff with Cash Money?
Oh man, I mean that's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt because Lil Wayne has been with Baby forever. Listen, they kissed in the mouth. That's a different kind of contract. Like you can't shit on the person that you've kissed in the mouth publicly. Y'all got tattoos of each other, yo. Like this is different. Right. This is like a bad breakup. Listen, I just don't understand why would you want to sign the Birdman after seeing how he did his son, the man he kissed in the mouth, the man who made Cash Money what it is. First, let's be clear, Cash Money would be dead if it wasn't for Lil Wayne.
And the Island Boys nearly lost it all over again, ready to crash out once more. And just like the Island Boys, Birdman also tried pressing an interviewer, but the result wasn't what he had in mind at all. His clash with Charlamagne the God was sparked after a DJ Vlad interview where Charlamagne made some sharp comments about Birdman during the whole Lil Wayne versus Cash Money drama.
We got a special guest in the building.
He done cursed us out. Tell him, get it off your chest, Birdman.
I wanted to talk to you on your man in your face.
Absolutely.
You understand me? I knew a few places you was at. I could have pulled up, but I don't think that was gangster. I wanted to come look you in your face like a man and tell you how I feel.
Okay.
You understand me? Straight up like a man.
So what's the issue?
No sugar. Ain't no issue. If it was an issue, you'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know, stop, put some respect on my name. You understand me?
Not wanting anyone to think they could play with his name, Birdman rolled up to the Breakfast Club with his goons, ready to check Charlamagne live on air. But instead of scaring anyone, the whole scene backfired.
Saying my name, put some respect on it.
Did you pull up on Ross that way or Trick Daddy?
I'm pulling up on you, Nick.
Yeah, but I'm the radio guy. Why pull up on the radio guy? Don't act tough with the radio guy.
I hear my nigga. Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking. Let's rock.
All right. Charlamagne stood his ground and even clapped back, asking why Birdman came for him but stayed quiet when others had also called him out over the same Cash Money Wayne beef. That was the moment the intimidation act crumbled, and Birdman's tough guy image didn't hit the way he thought it would. These are the moments rappers got exposed for being fake gangsters. What do you think? Who got embarrassed the worst? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.